We are in a poaching crisis in Africa. We are not yet out of it. About 35,000 elephants are killed each year, about 3 rhino each day. And when you think about the total population of rhinos, which is 25,000 across the continent, you're losing 3 each day. That means that in a very few years you'll have no rhinos. Yet rhinos are part of the big 5 upon which tourism depends. They are also ecosystem engineers, that the health of the ecosystem depends, where they occur depends on their presence.
As you're aware, a lot of our security ports use dogs to scent and track illicit goods that are being brought into our country. So it's important that these canines, we understand how they're being trained, we understand how to use that evidence in court, and we also as prosecutors understand how we can explain to the court.
Dogs are very good, you can't corrupt them, but they are also naturally very good in terms of detecting very small smells, the scents. They can smell ivory and you will not be able to smell clean ivory, but the dog can smell it. It can pull it out of your bag if you are transporting it illegally at the airport or at a harbor or a road crossing. That is why we use dogs. They are very efficient, and the fact that you can't corrupt them. They are doing wonderful work. You have seen in the news in Kenya, in Uganda, in Botswana, dogs are being in Tanzania. We are helping to apprehend, working with wildlife authorities and the other law enforcement agencies. We are apprehending people who are trying to use our country as transits. And the dogs are working perfect. In fact, this conference is going to be looking at the use of evidence and how to make it admissible, evidence that is obtained using dogs in several countries.
What we have facing mostly is the networks. We have the international networks, criminal gangs, who actually work in a systematic or synchronized way, and they are able to pilferage through the systems that we already have, through the immigration and custom officials, through our officers at the port, generally the police officers. If there is a clear network of criminals, then sometimes it becomes a bit difficult to detect. So sometimes these dogs that we put at the entry and exit point now assist us by noting, or rather leading our officers to such kind of seizures.
And last year when we did our report, we found that we had an 80% conviction rate of the poaching matters that were in our courts. And that is a drastic increase from what we had 4 or 5 years ago. And it's down to collaboration between agencies, it's down to training, it's down to modern investigative techniques, and it's also down to the use of canines in investigations.